As Dana Perino of Fox News challenged Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby on the issue of wokeness in the US military, he rejected it as ridiculous. Perino mentioned certain complaints inside the US military that there is potentially too much of a leftward tilt or wokeness in the military when we confront genuinely serious opponents, dedicated adversaries in China, Russia, and Iran, who may not be subject to the same kinds of pressures. Welcome back to Next News Hour. If you're new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell. Dana Perino asked, how do you respond to those criticisms? And John Kirby responded, it depends on what they are, but I think a lot about it, quite frankly. Is driving a stake through a straw man here. This argument of wokeness in the military. I was in the military for 30 years and I can tell you, things like diversity and inclusion, that makes us a better military because it brings to the fore in the decision-making or personal decision-making that we conduct better ideas, more unique perspectives, somebody else's lived experiences which might actually make us smarter on the battlefield. In a recent letter to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Senator Tom Cotton, a military veteran, expressed worry about low morale, developing hostility across races and sexes when none existed only 6 months ago, and unanticipated isolation and resignations based solely on training. He said that a large number of whistleblowers had filed complaints regarding Pentagon extremists. He said, one Marine told us that military history training session was replaced with mandatory training on police brutality, white privilege, and systemic racism. He reported that several officers are now leaving his unit, citing that training. The Pentagon has rejected any support for critical race theory, a philosophy that entails dismantling components of society in order to uncover structural racism underneath the surface. Veterans slammed the Air Force's decision last month to allow but not compel the use of gender pronouns in electronic signature fields for internal correspondence. According to Fox News commentator Pete Hegseth, who acted as a platoon leader in the United States Army under the Obama administration, certain generals were picked based on their political views rather than their reputation for killing the enemy because they would conform with new goals. Well, we'd like to know your thoughts and responses. Share them in the comments down below, and also share this news and show us support through subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for the real stuff on Next News Hour.